Seoul Station is a South Korean animated zombie horror film released in the year 2016. The plot of the film follows a concerned father, Suk-gyu, who searches for his runaway daughter, Hae-sun, after finding out that she is alive and working as a sex worker. He tries to track her down through her boyfriend, Ki-woong, who insists Hae-sun continue selling her body. In between the desperate search, a zombie epidemic breaks out in Seoul, forcing the government to shut down the town, which ends up with a shocking revelation. Set in Seoul, the film starts with a homeless old man walking past two young boys who are worried to see him hurt. One of them approaches the old man to help him, but is repelled by the stench coming from him. The homeless man walks around with a bloody wound on his neck until he reaches Seoul Station and lays down. The scene cuts to a girl named Hae-sun, who wakes up in her apartment, looking for her boyfriend, Ki-woong. She dresses up and goes downstairs, only to run into the landlady, who demands her their due rent. Hae-sun requests the landlady give her 1 day grace, but the furious landlady threatens to kick her out if she does not pay the rent till the evening. The scene cuts to Seoul Station, where a man is seen cursing his tyrant for ruining his day. After the argument, he goes to sit next to the injured homeless man and is astonished to notice his neck bleeding as if he had been bitten by something. He goes to his shelter to get help and explains the entire situation to a doctor. The doctor gets worried as the hospital is a full house, but decides to help by asking one of the patients to empty the bed. However, the patient turns out to be a moron who scares off the man before he could bring the homeless man in. Meanwhile, in an internet cafe, Ki-woong is seen posting an ad for his girlfriend to pimp her. Hae-sun arrives and, upon seeing the computer screen, flips out. She screams at Ki-woong for posting an ad, even though she has refused to work as a sex worker anymore. Ki-woong stops her from creating a scene in public and takes her outside. He insists Hae-sun keep working so they can pay for the rent. When Hae-sun refuses to comply, Ki-woong becomes enraged and asks her to go to the station to live her life like the homeless people who live there. Hae-sun is fed up with Ki-woong as he keeps saying that he will look for a job, but always ends up spending his entire day in the internet cafe. Ki-woong requests her to agree to work as a prostitute for one last month, after which he will look for a decent job. He even suggests that Hae-sun not sleep with the men but instead steal their money in their absence. However, Hae-sun remains adamant about her decision and refuses to sell her body or steal. Ki-woong becomes outraged and starts abusing her for not complying. He breaks up with her after reminding her of the favors he did to her by taking her in after she fled the brothel and was living on the streets. Hae-sun feels miserable and cries her heart out. It turns out that she escaped her father and ran away to work in a brothel and now regrets leaving her father in the first place. The scene cuts to Hae-sun's father named Suk-gyu, who has been desperately looking to find his runaway daughter. He receives a call from his friend who informs him about the online ad about Hae-sun. Suk-gyu is stunned to see that his daughter is still alive, and so he decides to contact her. On the other hand, when the stranger returns to the station, he finds that the injured homeless man is about to die. He seeks help from the station inspector but is brushed off instead. Seeing no other option, he goes to a pharmacy to get some painkillers and an energy drink for the injured man. However, upon reaching the station, he's stunned to find him dead. He can't stop shedding his tears and goes to report it to the police station. The officers follow him, but upon reaching the site are puzzled to see that the man is gone. The officers berate the squatter for wasting their time and leave. Meanwhile, Suk-gyu meets Ki-woong after contacting him through the number he left on the ad post. He holds Ki-woong by the collar, questioning him about his daughter's whereabouts. On the other hand, the squatter goes to search for the old man and finds him as a zombie feasting on a man. The old man attacks the squatter, whose screams are heard by Hae-sun. Just then, Hae-sun gets a call from Ki-woong, but she refuses to answer it. Suk-gyu sets on a quest with Ki-woong to track down his daughter. He threatens Ki-woong that if he does not find Hae-sun, he will snap Ki-woong's neck. Ki-woong takes Suk-gyu to Hae-sun's apartment, and Suk-gyu is shocked to see that his daughter lived in a dump. All of a sudden, he's shocked to see a man getting attacked by the landlady next door. It turns out that the landlady turned into a zombie and attacked Ki-woong. Suk-gyu saves Ki-woong by killing the zombie landlady. They both hide in the bathroom after another zombie attacks them. Meanwhile, Hae-sun, on the other hand, finds herself caught in the chaos bursting out of Seoul Station. She escapes with a few survivors who are chased by a group of zombies. The survivors arrive at a police station to get help, but the zombies break in. killing most of the officers. Hai-sun manages to get into a jail cell with a couple of survivors and a policeman who has been bitten by a zombie. On the other hand, Suk-gyu and Ki-woong feel restless in the bathroom and are confused by the ominous creatures. Suk-gyu pulls himself together and decides to escape through the bathroom window and climb the roof. Ki-woong follows before he could be devoured by a zombie. Upon reaching the rooftop, Suk-gyu is in shock to see the city crawling with zombies. He asks Ki-woong to call Hai-sun and make sure she's fine. However, Hai-sun's phone got lost during the chaos and he's unable to reach her. Suk-gyu devises a plan to escape the zombies and forces Ki-woong to gain his wits to pursue the plan. He asks him to get the zombies' attention while he goes down to get into the car. Meanwhile, in the police station, the bitten police officer calls for backup while blaming the homeless for stirring trouble. On the other hand, following Suk-gyu's advice, Ki-woong lures the zombies to another side to give Suk-gyu enough time to get into his car. He evades the zombies and manages to get into the car too. At the police station, the zombies go crazy surrounding the jail cell to eat away the survivors. The bitten police officer is shocked to see his colleagues turning into zombies. One of the homeless survivors gets pissed at the bitten police officer for being rude and starts smacking him until he becomes unconscious. On the other hand, Suk-gyu and Ki-woong drive away but focus on finding Hai-sun. Meanwhile, the bitten officer awakens and turns into a zombie, biting a survivor in the jail cell. Using the officer's gun, another survivor shoots him to death. Just then, backup arrives and lures the zombies to themselves. The old man left in the jail grabs the opportunity to escape the cell. Hai-sun follows him after picking up her cell phone that she dropped earlier. They get into an ambulance and save themselves from the monsters. The ambulance crew calms down the old man after seeing him panicking. Meanwhile, Hai-sun calls Ki-woong to inform him that she is heading to the hospital. Ki-woong tells her that he's coming to pick her up along with her father. Upon finding out that the ambulance is heading to the hospital that is full of bite victims, the old man realizes that the ambulance crew is clueless about what is happening to the infected and asks the driver to stop the ambulance. The driver ignores the old man and keeps driving. Having no other choice, the old man tries to take the wheel from the driver, and in the ensuing struggle, the vehicle crashes on the street. Hai-sun and the old man run away to the subway station to save themselves but find a dead spot. However, they manage to cross the grill with all their energy and enter a subway tunnel. Hai-sun realizes to inform Ki-woong about the change of the plan, but unfortunately, the dead signal zone of the subway tunnel refrains her from doing so. In the meantime, Suk-gyu and Ki-woong reach the hospital and are puzzled to find it awfully quiet. Suk-gyu decides to check the emergency room and asks Ki-woong to sit tight in the car. He enters the hospital and finds the ER full of zombies lurking around. On the other hand, a zombie attacks Ki-woong in the car, but Suk-gyu arrives just in time and smacks the zombie mercilessly. They escape and continue searching for Hai-sun. Meanwhile, Hai-sun and the old man keep walking in the subway tunnel where Hai-sun begs the old man to help her reach home. The old man starts crying his heart out while telling Hai-sun that he doesn't even have a home to go to. Ki-woong and Suk-gyu find the crashed ambulance in the middle of the road, after which Suk-gyu decides to get to a vantage point to get a better view of the city. They reach a bridge and find troops of rescue teams preparing a protocol to handle the zombie epidemic. Hai-sun gets to another station and calls Ki-woong to inform him about our location. However, their conversation alerts the nearby zombies, putting Hai-sun and the old man in trouble. The two of them evade the zombies and run into a group of people who have made a barrier while fighting off the zombies. Hai-sun and the old man are saved, but soon find out that they are placed in a quarantine by riot police. Meanwhile, Ki-woong and Suk-gyu decide to go to the station but find the road blocked by the officers. Ki-woong requests the officer to let them pass through, but the officer refuses, earning Suk-gyu's anger. In his fury, Suk-gyu attempts to strangle the officer but is gunned down by another officer. The officer asks Suk-gyu and Ki-woong to return home and refuses to tell them why martial law has been ordered. Hai-sun feels hopeless and can't stop weeping. Ki-woong is surprised to see the soldiers arrive at the scene and questions the officers about it, who tell him that the army has taken full control. Meanwhile, seeing a civilian cry out for survival, the old man's feelings are aroused. He makes a moving speech about his poor position in society and then ascends upwards, only to get shot by gunfire by the soldiers. Before taking his last breath, the old man says to Hai-sun that if he had a place to go, he wouldn't have stayed at Seoul Station. The soldiers throw gas canisters, throwing the crowd into a panic as the zombies charge in after crossing the barrier. Seeing a man escaping through a pole, Hai-sun follows his lead but ends up getting scratched on her foot by a zombie. The man tries to help Hai-sun but falls prey to the zombies who feast on him. Hai-sun enters a building but is chased by multiple zombies. To evade the zombies, she runs to the rooftop and jumps on another building, making her way into a safe zone. However, in the process of escaping, she falls into a model house free of zombies. She receives a call from Ki-woong and informs him of her location, asking him to come to her as soon as possible. Tired from the continuous running, she falls asleep on a computer desk. After a while, she wakes up and finds Ki-woong standing next to her. She inquires him about her father and is relieved to find out that he's fine. However, upon encountering Suk-gyu, she reveals to Ki-woong that Suk-gyu is not her father but rather her previous pimp. Suk-gyu reveals that he has been looking for Hai-sun for a long time and berates her for stealing his money. Suk-gyu tries to force himself on Hai-sun and is stopped by Ki-woong. This enrages Suk-gyu and he beats Ki-woong brutally and then stabs Hai-sun by her hair, telling her that he seeks revenge on her for theft. To save his girlfriend, Ki-woong attempts to scare Suk-gyu with a knife, but Suk-gyu overpowers him. He takes the knife from Ki-woong and slits his throat with it, killing him on the spot. Hai-sun cries for help and runs away from the room, sneaking into another model room. Suk-gyu searches for her in the enormous model house while wishing to have such luxuries only if Hai-sun had not stolen his money. He soon finds Hai-sun's footprints and realizes that she is hiding in a closet. Before opening the closet, he narrates a story to Hai-sun about her real father. It turns out that after Hai-sun fled with Suk-gyu's money, he went to her father, demanding him to clear his daughter's debt. However, Hai-sun's father also ran away. Suddenly, Hai-sun arrives from the back to subdue Suk-gyu, but he overpowers her and drags her to a bed to assault her. However, before he could do so, Hai-sun dies. Suk-gyu loses his mind and applies CPR to revive Hai-sun, but to no avail. All of a sudden, he notices the scratch on her foot and realizes that she is infected. Hai-sun awakens, turned into a zombie. The film ends with Hai-sun attacking Suk-gyu and feeding on him to death. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like and comment your thoughts down below. If you'd like to stick around, check out these other videos from the channel. And before you leave, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more anime in minutes.